And I'm all about hard work. Whatever I have done in life is through hard work. And I totally believe in hard work. Some reason I decided not to wear a hat today. I don't know why. I know that the hat looks good on me. Not to brag about myself, but also I like wearing hat. Back in the days in 30s and 40s, when I'm saying 30s and 40s, I mean the 1930s, 1910, 1920s, 1940s, even 50s. In Europe and also in United States, men used to wear hat. Hats are coming back, but usually I have noticed that the African Americans, they wear hat and they look fantastic. They look very nice, very elegant. A hat has some sort of a thing it gives to the man, which makes him look really good, and it also shows that you take care of yourself and you look sophisticated, a little bit sophisticated. Well, I started wearing hat just for fun initially about 3 or 4 years ago, and then people told me that I look good in hat, so I started wearing. Then I bought several hats. And I'm not wearing hat in this video just to let you also know I am not losing hair. I have lost definitely hair. I mean, my hair has thinned out a little bit, but I do still have a lot of hair for my age. I'm 66 years old and I still have a lot of hair. I'm very fortunate in this sense. I hope it lasts for a long time, but I don't know. But anyway, to come to the point, in this video I'm going to talk about somebody I have known personally. I actually work with him, and he still is with me, and this video probably will make you think, and definitely made me think. That definitely made me think a little bit differently. And this video talks about that you have to let other people think about you, and also you have to give them a chance to show to you that they have a place in the society, they have a place in your life, and also everybody possesses some sort of a talent, and everybody has their own way of doing things, but you have to just give them a chance or give them an opportunity. And we expect as a human being to others to change and accommodate us and pander us and cater to us and all that, but when something we don't like, we criticize that person just because he or she does not fit in our mold, and we think that person we are not going to click on. And I had that habit too, because being self-employed for so long, and I have done things my way, not usually my way or highway, but my way mostly. And I do things, otherwise you don't become successful if you don't give other people a chance. But anyhow, I was still stubborn and a little bit rigid. So I will come to the story. I had several people I hired over the years working in my salon, and it never worked out. Only one guy worked out a long time ago, and unfortunately he passed away. There is a story behind why he passed away and how he passed away, but we are not talking about this guy. My point in this video is that we have to give other people a chance. We have to allow them to show their true personality to us, and then we can accommodate, because everybody, remember that everybody has something good in them. Everybody, every individual, even the worst person on this planet, you can learn something from him or her. And this story I talk about T. I call him T. And when he came to Hair Jordan, and I talked to him, but I was not prepared to hire anybody. And I have a co-worker, and she's a wonderful, wonderful person. I have made a video about her, that how hard she has been working for now is 32 years and have not missed a work for one day. So she's an amazing person. She's absolutely incredible. But anyhow, about 6 or 7 years ago, she knew that I was opposed to the idea that letting somebody else in. We were fine. she was making good money, I was making good money. I said, well, I've gone through so many people, I don't want anybody. So she came to me one day and she said that, well, here's a man stopped by and he's looking for a work. And I said, well, don't talk to me, because I've gone through many times. I told you specifically, I'm not into hiring anybody. I'm not into dealing with any more people, because I had a difficult time. She knew all about it, but she calmed down. She knows how to handle me. So whenever I get into that kind of mindset, then she doesn't say very much and she backs off a little bit, and then she comes back around and talks to me more. She's a very wise woman, actually, and very kind heart, and she likes to help people. I like to help people, but in business you have to be a little bit different. So she comes to me and she said, well, here's a man, he came and he's looking for work, and he's a young looking. She said that, well, we don't know his age, but he's looking for work and he does not want to work full time, he wants to work part time, and let's see whether I would entertain an idea. And I listened to her, because I really pay very close attention to her when she is serious about something. Mostly she is serious. So I said, well, okay, let me see what she has to say, but I didn't interrupt her. So anyhow, she said that, well, he's probably about 6'1", 6'2" in height, very well built, very strong, very physically fit, and she could tell that he is he's definitely going to work out. I said, okay, fine, let's do this, that let me talk to him, since she was insisting on it. So I said, well, I'm going to talk to him, but I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to make promise to you or promise to him that he would work here, but let's see how it works out. So then the young man comes the next day, and he talks to me, and then she was sitting there too, and I said, well, he seemed like a really nice guy, and I asked him whether he worked here in town, and he told me that places he worked in, and I didn't go in the detail about why he left or what he left, but he volunteered that information, and he said that, well, they were different and all this and that. He didn't criticize them, but he just raised some issues. I don't know who was right or wrong, and I said, well, come back to me tomorrow and then we will discuss more. After he left, I talked to her, my co-worker, and then I said, well, what do you think? She said, well, she really wants him here, we really want him here. She was totally pushing me into that, and the more she would say, the more agitated I would get. But I said, okay, listen, we can try him only on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and see how it works out. So I said, okay, well, let him work on Saturday, Sunday. I sometimes used to go to the shop on Sunday. We kept the shop closed, the beauty salon closed, and I will go there, watch TV and sleep, because I wanted to get away from all this stressful life I've been living for so many years. So that was just my man cave. Like people have their own private place, and that was my main private place. So only very few people knew that I was there on Sunday, and I'm going there on Sunday and I'm sleeping or watching TV or watching basketball or football or whatever. But anyhow, so he started, to make long story short, so he started working on Saturday and Sunday. I decided that I'm not going to work with him, so there will be any conflict there, because he's male, I am male, and then and also I already built up this negative things toward people who worked there in the past, because of my own doing, or sometimes their doing, and sometimes just personality not clicking, or sometimes people not paying and all that. So sure enough, then I started noticing something in him. When I would come to shop was totally clean, perfectly clean. The floor is shining, the mirror are shining, since it's a beauty salon, and each station would have no crap sitting on it. Everything looked just impeccable. Everything. He vacuumed, he shined the floor, and organized everything, and in his own way he organized things. And I liked everything, how the shop looked, but I did not like that he would pick things from here and put it somewhere else, and then I'm going crazy about finding it. So I will complain about it a little bit, since he's not there. So I'm complaining to his co-worker, and she's trying to calm me down. She said, well, look at the shop, look at the positive side. And she was right. The shop looked just incredibly clean and all that. People were coming to the shop and they were giving us compliment, and so everybody knew that there is somebody here, and we will tell him who's doing it, because we didn't want to take a credit for what he was doing. And he would just keep the shop absolutely neat and clean, and we were getting so many compliments. I mean, the strangers will make compliments, and also the people who've been coming to the beauty shop for so long, they were making compliments. They were giving us I said, well, this guy's probably good. But only thing was annoying about him that he will tell me not to put something there, not to touch this, not to do that. And I said back in my mind, I own the business. Why he's telling me not to do this? And I was getting more and more annoyed by that. But then I will go back and think about, and then also my coworker, she will tell me, don't get agitated because you have a problem, which means she was telling me that I had a problem, that just I'm set in my ways to the point that I do not want to see things through others' perspective. And little by little, I said, well, she's making sense. She's definitely making sense. I'm the one who's not trying to adjust myself to the positive. Here's the guy is bringing positive. So I had a lot of thinking to do, but I thought that, well, as soon as I step in the shop for one reason or another, he will point. He will point not to do this, not to do that. One day I said, well, listen. I took him in the back and I said, well, listen, you know, who owns this business? And he said, you. So I said, well, don't you know that you should not be poking into me whenever I come in? And then he would get defensive, but he kept his calm. And then my coworker, she would also work on him. She would say that, well, Sharma has a personality like that. He's got a very short fuse, so he's going to blow up. So you have to learn to back off a little bit. And so somehow in the background, she was working on both of us, on me and T. We had a personality clash. But when we had to see the big picture, he was an asset to the shop. He was totally an asset to the shop. Does incredible work. Keep himself absolutely nice and clean. He's 51 years old or 52 years old. Tall guy, probably 6 foot 1 inches tall, I believe, 6 and 1 or something like that, and also strong. He was in the U.S. Navy, and very funny guy. He used to be a comedian, but also a very good hairdresser. Absolutely does a great job. People like him. He connects with the young people. He connects with them, and very kind heart. The greatest thing I like about him is this: clean, absolutely professional, and also a decent human being. I had to do a lot of changing in myself dealing with him, because I had the personality issue. Since I've been self-employed for so long, I thought that my way is the best way because I have accomplished this and that, and other people's opinion doesn't even matter. But I was absolutely wrong. I learned so much from him. Now he learned through Julie about me that whenever I get in that phase where I'm agitated, he backs off. He does not say anything, and all he says are pleasant things. I learned about him too also, that he works very hard, he's very honest. And the greatest thing I like about him is this. I'm going to tell you that he takes care of his elderly mother. His mother is probably 82 or 81 years old or so. She has a dementia. She's probably 20 to 30% dementia. She totally depends on him. That reminds me, back in India, how young people or young children take care of their parents. That does not happen in the United States of America. Here the culture is different. When somebody gets old, the children put their parents into nursing home, then they're under the professional care. They are not very well taken there at all. They suffer, they get lonely, and they know that when you go in a nursing home, that's your last place, and then you're going to pass away. He's not like that at all. He put his mom into an apartment, and he goes there. He stays there overnight. Whenever she needs something, he runs there. He checks on her. Every 2-3 hours he would call her when he's working. And as soon as something happens or he feels like his mom is not doing good, he drops everything and is there. I have a lot of respect for him. He's clean. He's OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, which is so obsessed about cleaning, so obsessed about organizing. But what's wrong with that? I mean, everything looks impeccable. Everything looks in the shop beautiful. He keeps himself very nice and clean. He's very health conscious. So my point in this video is that sometimes we think that we are right. We are not. At least in this case, I was not right at all. He was right. And this lady who works with me, she was right. I was not ready to give a chance to anybody and willing to change. But I learned that sometimes we have to change. Sometimes we have to see things others' perspective. Sometimes we have to accept that we are wrong and we are screwed up in head. Our way is not always going to be the best way. We live in the community, we live in the society, so we have to change too. Learn from this. Think about, do some soul searching about yourself. If there is any flaws in your personality, I noticed the flaw in my personality, I corrected myself. Now I love him to death. I don't want him to go anywhere. We get along so fine. He's so funny. So funny. Anytime I see him or we see each other, we are cracking jokes and just talking about things and I have a great time every time. Okay, well, you got the message. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much for subscribing the channel if you have already subscribed. If you have not subscribed, subscribe the channel. And I just do this for fun and make sure that you become financially successful. This is the goal. All these video you watch, my video you watch, you see my goal is I like people to become successful. If you're financially successful, then you would have 90% easy way in life. So make sure that you save your income, 60 to 80% of income you save, and invest that money. I invest in money in real estate and mutual fund and bonds, and you invest money also. Whichever way, wherever you feel comfortable investing. I prefer real estate, but anyhow, I live in the United States. Real estate works here different than probably from where you live. But anyway, subscribe the channel, tell your friends about my channel, and I will be back again. Thank you again. Bye-bye.